I'm doing the review of the BookBook for the iPad mini. This is the brown version. Give you a quick look at it. It's the front, this is the back. You can see the 12 South there, which for me kind of kills it. I have also the regular version for the iPad second generation up to the fourth. That's the red color. I had that one for a while. This one actually has a different texture. This is a lot softer. This one feels more like paperish. Doesn't even feel like real leather. This one actually does feel a lot more like leather. Has sort of a, it's not suede, but it is a lot smoother, and it feels more like leather versus this one, which kind of feels like cardboard. Back to the mini though. I will say, you know, when I got it, I was excited for it. You know, I liked it on the bigger version, and I spent about a week just having the iPad itself without a case, and I think that sort of having no case on it sort of changed the way I feel about this case, because I liked it for the bigger version. For a mini though, I mean, the only reason why I got a mini in the first place is because the iPad, the 10-inch, the regular iPad was just too big, too heavy to just hold in your hand and read. You'd get tired, you have to lay it down on a flat surface. So handling the iPad for about a week, the iPad mini without a case, I got used to that feel, and now when I put it in this case, it feels just way too bulky and way too heavy, and I'm sort of back at square one. This is a great case because it disguises the iPad. It's different. Not everybody has this. Most people just get the generic ones. They're kind of boring. This one is unique. You can also carry it around in public, and people don't know what you're holding. If you're concerned about like theft or whatever. I mean, I live in close to San Francisco, and I know there's a lot of people just looking and waiting for you to set this on a counter or whatever to pick it up. So that's the reason why I got it in the first place. I think it looks great. It's something that you don't see every day, and I was really happy with the design on the 10-inch. But on a mini, I will say this: it definitely has a lot of good quality. Like, it's suede in the inside, so it's a nice smooth feel. It is genuine leather, and you see that quality all over the case itself. The inside's very smooth. You're not gonna get any scratches on there. It has two snap-in brackets in case you want to feel a little bit more secure. One thing I will say with the design that I was disappointed about is this flap right here. If you are someone that's going to plan on taking this in and out of the case, you might not like this. The reason why is because this is not a magnetic strip. I feel like if it was a magnetic strip, it would have been a better design than having to tuck this in and out every time. It's just a small little pet peeve of mine, but it is kind of annoying to keep taking it in and out of the case. Another thing that for me is a little bit disappointing, and it happened to me on the regular one, and people that have this case, it happens to everybody, are these zippers. The zippers are what enclose the iPad, you know, so you can securely keep it closed. The thing about it is when you open up the iPad, for me, I like to hold it this way when I'm just holding it like that. When you do that, there's a lot of stress on the zippers, and there's not much keeping them from pulling apart. And if you don't pull this like all the way down, you're easily gonna have one pried apart, and then you'll have something like this where they're not even attached anymore and they're no good to you. So that happened to me on the regular 10-inch, and I was really disappointed. And I noticed right out of the box, or right out of the bag, it comes in this nice little bag. Presentation was nice, by the way. It's something that over time the zippers are going to break. I'm not too sure how they handle warranty, but it's something that is bound to happen. Overall, I think it's a nice case. It's up there in price. It's about $70 for this. If you're looking for a case that's going to be unique and you don't mind the bulk and the weight, because this adds a significant amount of weight to your iPad mini, which again, the mini is designed for you to hold in one hand. That's what it was designed for. It was designed for you to just not have too much weight. And when you hold an iPad mini and the new Air, they are like paper thin, and they also, give me 1 second here. they're just nice to hold. Especially like this is for me ideal for a tablet. This is the perfect size, perfect weight. It's easy to grab in one hand. When you put it in a big bulky case like this, you take away the design. You take away how light it was, how thin it was, how it wasn't in your way. This is good for someone that isn't planning on traveling too much, I guess. Another thing is, depending on what color you get, your iPad will clash with obviously the surrounding part of the case itself. So if you're someone that likes to show off the face of it, you might not like it. If your iPad is black, then it'll just be a perfect match. Another thing with the design, and I'll show you once I slip this in here. Give me 1 second. So, if you want to watch a movie or something, there's 2 ways you can prop it up. You have this little flap right here. You kind of can use it like this. It's not really intended to use it in this manner, but it's not as drastic of a angle, right? So it's okay. It's also perfect for typing. Another way you can do it, this is what I do. I just flip the back like that. I like to use it like that. It's not in the way, especially if you don't have too much space, counter space. And then there's one more position, and it's this one, and I think this is the most dangerous position to put your iPad in because it's not that well designed. As you can see, it's like almost 90 degrees. Almost. So, as you can see, it's not very, I mean, it doesn't take much for this to fall flat on its face, and you don't want to do that to a precious retina screen. So, I mean, as you can see, it's not very stable, and this can fall like that, and that happened to me a few times. So I was really disappointed with that. It does take a while to break in this case because it is leather and it feels really stiff out of the box or out of the bag, whatever. But honestly, it's something that I was really disappointed about, and unfortunately, I don't think I'm keeping this as for me. It's just too bulky, and it's not living up to the standard that I put 12 South End. That's just me. That's just my first look at this. Again, I had the regular version for a while, and I think it was great for a bigger tablet. But for the mini, stick with something thinner. In my opinion, that's what I use my iPad for. I like to read a lot. In this case, sort of takes away that thinness, that lightness that Apple designed it for. You can pick this up at 12 South or Amazon.com. It runs, I think, $69 or yeah, close to, well, it's about $75 after it's all said and done. If you want to pick one up, again, not hating on the style. I think it's great. It's nice quality, but for a mini, it's just little pet peeves of mine. And also, like, it just doesn't stay firmly in there. Again, it has to take a while to break in the leather, but that is just me. Let me know what you guys think about this case. If you're thinking about getting me, feel free to send me a message or email me or something if you have any more questions about it. It comes in a bag when you get it, and a few things you can catch on the website. But just, again, for me, just be aware if you do plan on getting this case. Just be very careful with the zippers. I'll show you what I mean. Let's try zipping it up a little bit. So what happens is, all right, you're ready to open up your iPad, right? You do that, and you're like, oh, that's good enough. But then when you open it, you can see that it's still very tight. And right here, that's where you can cause separation when you fold it again. So that's just me. I will say this, it adds a lot of weight to it, a lot of bulkiness. But that is the BookBook for the iPad mini in the brown edition. And for those that want to see what the red one looks like, this is the red version. This is for the larger iPad. Thank you guys for watching. That is it.